Okay. All right, sharp. Everyone sharp. 3, 2, 1.
No. Sorry.
Who's that? Who is that?
I have to edit this. And I do that for good reasoning. Also, I don't clap like...
Yeah, you do. Your wrists are so limp. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello. When you're ready, Thomas.
Okay, is everyone good? And 1, 2, 3. Hello, and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, as ever, by my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Tom, I've got, and I don't say this often, it is a pleasure to see you.
I know.
Because you were on the brink of death.
Very nearly.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you reach your 60s. Yeah. Every heart palpitation.
It's the toll that comedy has taken on me. We are joined today...
Did you do 2 gigs last week?
Yeah.
Whoa, Jesus. I had to travel, get this right, I had to travel to Surbiton.
Then Kettering. And then back. So...
Jesus. Yeah, you're right. We should introduce the two absolute top
We've got two producers in the house from the Ginger Outreach program. We've got 3 ginger... The melatonin in this room is low in general.
Yeah.
But this week, I would say... crisis point.
Did you guys have like a diversity quota or something you needed to hit?
We did purely for gingers.
Yeah.
I like to think...
We're the only show in the UK that has that.
We've got a new segment on the podcast this week called Sacrifice the Brown Head.
Yeah.
And, I don't know who we're going to have to... I guess we're going to have to pick someone. But
the irony would be if this was a purely pro-ginger podcast where you spoke about, I don't know, like... what fate's hands don't look ridiculous and stuff like that. Where to go on holiday when you're pale. You know, we'd actually probably do better in listening figures because people would be into it, you know?
I think that would be a good blog for gingers. Would be which places in the world are always between 15 and 20 degrees. A good level of warmth, but not too much. That's
where can you go?
Guys know that's it's a great.
Is it sort of like Switzerland in the summer or something, kind of walking holidays, I imagine?
Yeah, that's where the bitches are. Yeah.
The ginger ones.
You know how it be. How a couple of redheads over there. What are you guys like on the old tanning job? Do you tan or no?
No.
Absolutely. Is it sun cream in October? Like
is it sun cream?
Yeah, the sun.
Oh, it's sun cream.
Yeah.
Oh. I've been burnt in April before. When's the earliest you've been burnt?
I did tan once. Actually, I do want to put that one out there. I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah. And what did you do that? What was the secret?
Moonlight.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
I used to think that if I got enough freckles, they'd turn into one massive tan.
I thought that as well.
Isn't it?
Yes. That was the cheat code. What are you laughing at?
Like, if I get enough of these, I'll be like everyone else.
Yeah. That can work. So I was going to be like, is your arm tan or has you got one big freckle? That's a weird question to ask. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those where if you're so far that way, try and just go all the way crazy.
But, well, because I feel like you'd actually be almost a different race if it was freckle colour, you know, joining up. So maybe that's a secret, guys. Just fully go for it with the tanning, and you could come back around.
Get the old orange Sharpie out and just start.
I did once watch one of those like. Lads on holiday, boys trip, but your parents remember that BBC?
I did come across while I was I think I was researching Latin literature, and I came across this wonderful little demonstration called Lads in Beefer. I believe it was Homer who wrote it, and then it got adapted into a video series. And anyway, it was about kids
who go to Beether.
Was it Son, Sand and Suspicious Parents?
Yeah, which was in hindsight a ridiculous premise for a show.
Did you know how they trick people into that?
Well, I'm assuming they just told them they were going on a regular holiday.
It was going on a regular holiday. Yeah. They said the name of the show was called Beach Bunnies. Because we met a dude, I was out in Malia, wherever it was last year, and I was out in Malia when I was 18, and there was a dude who had been on that show who was there, and he said they gave the contract, and because they put the call out, are you a party animal, blah blah blah, do you want your holiday paid for you? And they said it was called Beach Bunnies,
and you met someone and you were like, I can't believe you got that, oh my god.
And then he was like, fuck off mate, I'm talking to these girls. I was like, no, I'm just listening mate. But then in little print it said the title of the show may change. Okay. And so they didn't think anything of it.
Right.
So they were just like, you agree to be filmed, like everything paid for you, you just agreed to be filmed. They thought, I mean, it's still stupid anyway, they thought they were just going to get filmed on a holiday.
Yeah.
They didn't think parents were going to be there. But
It's always kind of like heartbreaking. Like, you know what it was? It was I guess what would be deemed as probably quite sexist now, but when it was like the parent's son, the dad would always be like, yeah, you should fucking learn.
The parent's son.
Having a shag. And then they would get both sets of parents. There'd be one dad being like, yeah, my son's a lad. And then there'd be the other dad whose daughter is like
has just been absolutely railed by the beach loungers and loving it.
Yeah.
And then
he's just really depressed, but like, we're gonna have words with her when we get home.
I'll leave that to your mother.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about it. But no, and then you're right, because I remember that when there was a guy who was like sucking on some woman's tits in a bar while doing apple sours, the mum would be like, I can't believe it. Oh my God, I can't believe what he's doing. And the dad would be like, what?
Yeah. What do you mean can't believe? That's how I met you.
yeah, exactly. Oh, father, last one. Yeah. So you were watching one of these shows, and what did you see?
And one of the lads was Ginger, right? And he paid for, I guess, melanin injections.
Excuse me?
Melanin injections. Jesus. Injections of melanin into his arm.
I like the way you say it.
Yeah.
Melanin so uncertainly every time.
What?
Melanin.
And he was paying for it to be injected into his arm.
Good.
And apparently that would allow the gingers to tan. That's the secret.
Right.
So you got a sort of Captain America style injection.
Serum.
Your super serum.
Yeah, they were telling him it was melanin. It was fucking Ribena or something. That's not a thing. But he gets sold that on the strip. Mr. Pellman, come here. I have something to... Just pouring Lucozade into a syringe. Yeah, put this in, mate. That's melanin. That is pure melanin, mate. Yeah, well, anyway, we outnumber you, Tom, so you'll watch yourself.
Do you find you're better in winter months? Like in cold.
Better in what way?
Like than the average person.
Super fast?
You don't get powers in the winter. No.
You don't get... No, but you say you're not like better insulated.
I get told, this is what I don't know if you guys get told this. I get told when I'm in bed, having a spoon, because fourth base, as you guys call it.
Yeah.
When we're spooning. And I get told that I'm very warm.
Yeah.
I'm a very, very warm person. I don't know if that's an insulation thing that maybe... Would you agree, Phoebe?
I get the opposite.
You get very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's emotionally because you're a slayer, mate. You don't even commit. You don't even know the person's name. You're just like, here's what it is.
Babes.
Yeah. I've got to produce a podcast, babe. I don't have time for this. Heads off. You get told you're cold. Phoebe get told you're hot. Mm-hmm. And I get told I'm hot as well. Warm.
Okay.
What do you don't do the cuddling anymore. You're past that in your relationship.
Long gone that, mate. None of that.
What did you say? Ass touching.
Yeah, ass to ass. That's how I sleep now. Once you get into a long-term relationship, you'll know about ass.
That's how they got introduced to each other. We're on a dating show called Ass to Ass. We set up two absolute tools.
Touch cheek.
Touch cheek. See watch bum.
In a tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah. Can you tell your future from behind? Yeah. Let's go. We should pitch that in. Anyway, yeah. But Tom, I'm more saying it's good to see you because you were at death's door.
Brink of death. I'll be honest with you.
What happened?
Apologies to the Patreon listeners. There was no episode this week. No, because I
don't know what we're doing with that. We will sort something out. And you can subscribe. Normally we do an episode. Patreon.com/AIDIFpod. $5 a month. Thank you to all our patrons who support our careers in this podcast. We really appreciate it. But you get an extra episode every week if you subscribe.
You do indeed. Please keep subscribing because we need you. Yeah. So anyway, there was no episode this week because Sunday night, one of two things: either food poisoning or the classic neurovirus.
Yeah, coma.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Stomach's down.
Knew I bloody shouldn't have had that.
Should have just got the boiled rice as usual. Don't go fancy with the sauce.
Anyway, I'm in doing a gig in God, where the fuck was I? Ipswich, right?
Oh, yeah, the dream.
Good. Oh, it's
brilliant
gig. Brilliant gig. I mean, 12s of audience.
Yeah, nice.
Good 2.5 hours drive. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
You drive with comics?
Yeah. 2 comics.
Is that right?
Yeah. Party time. And the gig, and I'll be honest, I'm sat at the back of the gig, and I'm like, something's a bit like, And I was like, maybe I'm just nervous for the gig. I'm just nervous.
Ipswich is a tough place to go.
All those 12s of people, were, whatever. Did
Ipswich, not big fans of the skinny jean. So it wouldn't have been your crowd.
Actually, complete opposite. Very big fans of the skinny
jeans, no socks.
Yeah.
shoes.
Boat shoes.
Boat
Yeah.
shoes,
Yeah. Sort of polo. Yeah.
Yeah, so your crowd.
Yeah. Anyway, come off. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Get in the car on the way home, and I'm like looking. I start to feel a bit. And then I'm in the back seat, and I'm looking at the sat nav. It's like hour and 45 minutes. Left.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, that's quite long. I'm like, I'm feeling a bit. I'll just crack the window a little bit, get a bit of air.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
police came.
Yeah, police.
Police.
Arrest that man.
Shut that window.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh man, okay. Just in 1 second, I just felt it. Just open the window, 70 miles an hour on the motorway, head out the window. Wow. Like just got projectile vomit everywhere, right?
Wow.
Luckily out of the window.
Yeah, and hit the car behind, 12 dead.
Fuck them. And then somehow made it back to London without vomiting again. But then when I got back to London, vommed again, got an Uber home, and then just...
They didn't chuck you out of the car then?
No, I didn't vomit. Oh, no.
They weren't like...
No.
Yeah,
They're actually pretty good about it.
Get Plague Boy out.
Yeah. Shout out Matt Price. They were pretty good about it. They do all be doing their hour previews at Vauxhall Comedy next Tuesday. But
yeah.
But it was rough.
So then you got home and got
home, and I was just vomiting for the next. I had to get an A.
What were you eating during that time?
Nothing. That was it. Couldn't even hold water down. Not even. You know when you're just like trying to sip water.
Yeah.
You're like it's just water. Like there's no. Yeah. Nah, wouldn't have it.
Water, yeah. With some squash in there.
I wish. The day I could drink Lucozade, that was a very good day.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking rough.
Was that because you finished getting lean?
Yeah. So that's been my week, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who's had the neurovirus, I salute you.
But you seem and look fine now. It's all fine.
Well, it's something that comes on and goes pretty quick. But
okay, so that could you could watch Tom projectile vomit on.
Well, no, not now. I mean, I've eaten a meal and everything now. So
right. Oh wow.
But,
just shitting yourself.
Yeah. But fortunately, I didn't actually shit myself, which is good because a lot of people.
Shit someone else.
Yeah. A lot of people have. I've heard of stories of people having to lie down in the shower because that's the only.
Oh.
Yeah. Fetal position.
What do you mean? But what's different?
What?
That's how I normally shower. Shower lying down, crying about the week's events.
Since she left.
And then I just put on my phone, turn up full volume. All around me are familiar faces.
Bit of Adele.
And then hello. And then I get out, come out the shower, I'm like, all right, lads, let's get on here.
Brave face. Who needs therapy?
Well, I'm sorry, very sorry to hear that, Tom.
Rough.
Our listeners won't understand.
No, they won't care.
They'll be like, we want peak physical fitness. It's like when you got a big match and one of the wingers is out because they're ill, and you're like, fuck's sake! you're like, what are you fucking doing that for? This is a derby. No patience. I will say, speaking of listeners, it was a pleasure to meet a couple of you at Vauxhall on Tuesday. So thank you so much for coming down. Stop slagging off the podcast.
Friends of the show.
They're more they didn't watch the show. They just came more to complain.
They're like, it's terrible.
They were just like, I just want to say, I've listened to 3 of them now, and it's fucking embarrassing.
Can you just stop for your own good?
Yeah. No, they listened and are very lovely.
Yeah.
I said, I'm so sorry, Tom's not here tonight. They said, even better. No, they were obviously very disappointed that
I couldn't make it. I know.
You weren't down there. I did give them your home address if they wanted to spot by, so that's fine.
That's good. I thought I spotted a couple of
yeah.
Because
See, that joke won't work because you never give me your home address.
that's because I don't want you on my bushes for the same reason.
Yeah, well, I'll still find you. Google Earth. It's good. So I'm triangulating via River Islands and Top Mat. I'm getting
Top Mat's no longer. Top Man's no longer. Have you seen? But we've spoken about this before, and producers will know. Top Man in Oxford Street is becoming IKEA. You've seen the tweets about that being the littest restaurant in central London.
The littest restaurant?
The littest restaurant.
What,
the
IKEA?
The meatballs? Yeah, because of the discount hot dogs. Oh. £2 hot dogs and a Coke in central London.
Oh, yeah, okay, well.
Do you know where my days are going?
Tom? This is the window into dating Tom for you guys. I sort of finished half your dog, like, anyway, should we go back to yours then? Anyway, I'm pretty... I fancy a chill one actually. Should we just watch a film of yours?
I would actually suggest that IKEA would actually be a pretty fun date.
Yeah, because couples always say IKEA is the best.
I'm
famously, IKEA, the place of a lot of spontaneous romances and getting off.
I think you'd be surprised. There'll be some pickup artists hanging around the sort of cutlery section.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly, in the hat.
Yeah. How about we go home and fork?
Yeah. Or spoon.
Or spoon.
Yeah.
If you're not into it,
There you go.
spoon.
Look at that.
Spork, I'm not a fucking freak.
What about a 3-prong fork? What about that?
my mate Gary's in homeware.
Yeah.
So if you
want a 3-prong fork, he's
got a 3-prong fork, mate. Disgusting. But anyway, so it was a pleasure to meet a couple of listeners on Tuesday. And you can always welcome every Tuesday, Vauxhall Comedy Club. We have AIDIF Tuesdays, and we're normally both there very often. Sometimes, on the odd occasion, if someone's throwing up, or in my case, I was sort of probably winning some award or something. But it's then maybe we won't be there. But until that,
I'd love to know what award they'll be dishing out to you on a Tuesday.
it's like
the John Smith's Paint Trophy comedian of Southbridge.
Richmond sausage eating competition. Hi Wickham.
Yeah.
I was there collecting my prize.
Yeah.
200,000 sausages. Actually, it was an awful prize.
Lifetime sausages.
They'll go off in 2 weeks. Fucked, mate. I've been having 800 sausages a day.
Whole sausage.
So yeah, you can't welcome down anytime. Vauxhall Comedy Club. Had a couple come in from
But bloody Gibraltar. What?
Not to see us.
They
said they Googled what was on. They came down. They said we loved it. It was amazing.
From Gibraltar.
From Gibraltar. That's Gibraltar, no less.
Well,
so I assume there's only a couple of people left in Gibraltar now at the moment. So you go tell them. I mean, a couple of geezers. I don't know if these guys are regulars now, but they're like, yeah, we normally stay at a travel lodge when we're down here. Just come in and see what's going on. Okay. I was like, all right, mate. Yeah, go on. Had a great time. Yeah.
Couple of regulars coming down. Yeah, we're going down. No, not even for the match. Just Vauxhall Tuesday, actually.
Yeah. Down at the travel lodge.
We've
got to deal with the travel lodge at the moment, yeah. So,
bit of a nightmare. Trying to get the bus together for the lads for next week.
So. Don't give us any money, but
Yous are funny, yeah.
No. They spent 250 quid round trip on coming down, and then go, nice one, lads. Really enjoyed that, boys.
Yeah, good show.
It was a really good time. And then my week has been absolutely cracking.
Smash.
I have been laser focused.
Okay.
Getting things on.
Getting
things going.
Putting wigs on and off.
On and off, mate. On, and then they're off, and then they're on again.
Yeah.
I've just had that realization. You know what it was? And this is real talks for a minute.
Real talks. Okay.
No
It's some
jokes.
wisdom from Ali Woods. No jokes.
No
Right.
jokes off the table. Guys, Lucas, I'm looking at you, mate.
Yeah. People come to Ali Woods and they
BB,
think,
stop laughing. This is serious.
This guy's got advice that people want to hear.
This is real talks.
It's like, basically,
Can you stop laughing?
if you want to be a real internet celebrity, guys, you need to get serious about your wig collection. Okay, you need to up that wig collection.
Mate, I've got 2 words for you. Hustle.
Yeah. Ali Woods Business School. Okay, so we're gonna get a big picture, and these are pictures of me with bags of money and how
It's
I got
just
here.
that with that's taken
Just
out of
bag
it.
of money and wigs and
then funnily enough, I own a wig business.
yeah.
And if you want to get started, we've got a Star Wig pack, and then you can subscribe. So anyway, I feel like in the last couple of months, and people on the podcast will know this, since I've been gone down to 3-day weeks at my day job, I feel like right now I am closer than ever to achieving a dream of mine, which is to be a professional comedian.
Okay.
And I feel like imposter syndrome kicked in, and I sort of took my foot off the gas, because I was like, oh no, it's not going to happen, is it? So I stopped working as hard. And I had to realise you got to see it through, man.
I'm just amazed that you see yourself as a comedian. So that's
Well, sort of professional performance artist.
yeah, that's in that kind of
mime, professional mime. I'm
whatever
closer
it
than
is
ever
that you do.
to be.
What people have called it many things.
I'm a professional spoken word mime.
Yeah.
That's what. So I had a word with myself last week
In the mirror. Yeah.
I got the cry out of the way firstly, jacked off, and then I do both emotions on the spectrum quickly, and then the day seemed very level.
Okay. Yeah.
Breakdown, climax, right, talk.
Time to go.
That's also my 3-step program on you'll see in Ali Wood's training course. Breakdown, climax,
How
talk.
often are you cry wanking? Because that. You need to be doing that. You know, like in Wolf of Wall Street, it's like you masturbating. It's like, no, cry wanks.
We got a
3
double
times a day.
period of crank after this in Ali Woods' business tutorial. And I had a word with myself, and I said, go for it, man. Stop. You're allowed to achieve your dream.
You dare to dream.
Dare to dream, and you're allowed to.
Dream and achieve.
And the football shit, so I had lost time.
Exactly. That could continue all season 4.
It
so
very much is likely to.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I want to say part of Achieving That Dream is thank you to everyone who listens to this and follows and donates to Patreon, because you are part of how it's gotten close now. So thank you very much.
We do appreciate
No, thank you to you,
it.
Tom. Fucking drag me back.
This guy.
Of course, thank you to my wonderful podcast co-host, Thomas.
Where would we be without any of you?
So thank you. So I'm
Appreciate you're in a good phase.
Appreciating it, yeah,
Good.
man. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I'll tell you what else has been a good week for climate.
This is where, if this was
Seamless
a legitimate
transition.
podcast,
Yeah.
they'd go, right, let's do that one
Yeah,
again.
one
But
more
we're
time.
like, yeah,
I'll tell you.
We got
Tell you
it.
what it's been a good week for. Presidents of nations, okay, because they have come together to agree in COP, right? To what was
are you talking about?
What does COP? Okay, what does COP actually stand for?
Pig, mate, fucking pig.
Yeah. What
Oh.
did COP actually stand for?
So, I've done no research on this, as I said. It's called COP26.
Yeah, I was just
I
assuming.
would say C, probably climate
Yeah.
on penises. Climate over pet partridges. I don't know. What do you think it stands for? Climate overall protection or something?
Climate onward petitions or something. Climate.
Fucking hellfire.
Climate.
Anyway,
Climate only people.
Conference of the Parties.
So it wasn't even climate.
That's what I call in my birthday next week. Thank you, Phoebe, researcher and producer extraordinaire. Phoebe in the corner. Conference of the Parties.
Good.
I'm surprised I was invited, mate. Anyway, so Tom, you were talking about it's been a good week for the climate.
It's been a good week for the climate, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a good week for the climate because lots of nations have agreed to cut their carbon emissions. They've slashed them, you know. Some of the other nations didn't even attend, which was quite interesting.
India said something like, we're going to make sure we reduce fossil fuel consumption by 2050 or something like that. We're like, bruv, India ain't going to exist by that time. So
Underwater.
you're right.
I don't know. It's sort of it's a positive step, but we'll see. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding afterwards to see who actually, agrees to doing these things.
It's just weird all these people bobbing down to Glasgow. The hell's that about?
Well,
You got Joe Biden. Someone made the tweet. It was like, I just can't believe that Joe Biden is going past a big sheet put out over this house because you have to get there on the way to the thing that says, "Oh, hen, happy 60th." But yeah, they're all in Glasgow, and they're all. Did you see that video as well of them flipping a coin?
What?
to help give them luck for climate.
Heads or tails for
Literally.
if
And people just
if you
retweet-
do it or not.
Yeah, people just retweet and be like,
Oh,
"You
bad luck, Russia. You got to do something now. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Russia's just like gets out a second coin, all
Yeah.
tails. Oh no,
Oh.
such a shame that we have to keep guess.
Slips it to China. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, China just flicked us away. Sing. See you later. Yeah. But yeah, people were just retweeting that video of them being like, "Here's to the hope of climate getting better," and people just retweeting like, "You literally run the world.
Yeah, just make it better.
Just-
try more.
You can
Do
change
something."
it." So I've seen that, and obviously Greta, back in the mix.
Greta, doing. She's big. She's back. How do you? I like Greta. I've got time for her. I feel like she's. There's lots of people slag her off. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just a kid. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about."
Not my circles. People fucking love her.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do take it that I think it's it's a problem with that millennials, Gen Zs face a lot in there. It's like being preachy, of being.
Yeah.
It's the same with the insulate Britain people. It's like no one would have a problem if they were sort of demonstrating and marching outside of big business. But it's the point of there's people who think, look, I haven't got time or money to fuck around with this sort of shit, right? I've just got to live week to week, And
Yeah.
I think those people think she's like
A good example of this is
just preaching to them. You've got to change your life. We've got to change your life. And it's like, I'm fucking, I've got enough on my plate at the moment.
Yeah.
Without,
dealing with a kid telling you what to do.
I sell plastic straws, right?
You're trying to ruin my actual business.
Yeah.
I'm in oil. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I do get that kind of preaching. I remember being on the school bus as a kid, and as you know, I went to a very weird liberal arts school.
Yeah.
And
school bus. I assume that means like the walk you did together, like the walk,
the eco walk.
Yeah, exactly.
The eco skip.
I remember being on the school tandem bicycles.
Yeah. Anyway, the bus driver, a 60-year-old man, and obviously he grew up in the East End of London, voted Conservative, right? At the time, I thought a very right-on boy was denouncing his, voting for the Tory party, being like, "You evil! How can you do that?" This boy, 13 with dreadlocks, really,
he's copying your look then.
Yeah, I know, and he really having a go at this bus driver, right? And then I did actually think about this the other day. I was like, yeah, that bus driver had every right to be pissed off, because then that kid got out of his bus, kept on having a go at him while he waited for the gates to his mansion to open.
Yeah. That's it.
Like,
you can afford to have these.
You can afford oh god.
That's what is a nice quote that I like, which is, "It's only a principle if it costs you something."
Yeah.
So it's these people who are like, "Oh, this is the environment and big business. Oh my god, big business. I hate fucking big business." And it's like, "Oh, my Amazon delivery's here."
Yeah.
Well, you've got to stop using this shit, man. That they ordered on their iPhone and stuff.
You should have to put, like, if you're gonna really put yourself out in the media for fighting for a cause, like you see like celebrities, maybe if you're gonna do it, you have to put everything on the line for it.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'm not talking to Bradley Walsh on the chase. That got very dramatic very quickly.
No, I think
Golden Balls style.
I think you should. Yeah, I think it'd be great.
What do you mean by
that would really
everything on the line?
sort out the chaff from like who's just saying it because it's like they want to look good, and who's really like committed to climate change.
What do they have to do though?
Like a year with 0 carbon emissions, absolutely 0.
Right. Yeah.
Walk everywhere. You know, I want to see Emma Watson.
But then, do you think though, and this is me genuinely debating, like, do you think though that even if they don't put all themselves into this,
I know they're
just
bringing attraction to it,
yeah. Because for instance, now, I mean, I'm a big guy, I'm an influencer, whatever, but I can sort of post something, and I can do profound good, but I'm not going to do anything. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll put something on my story like feed the pandas or whatever, whatever they pay me to put on there, and then that will obviously help. I don't give a fuck about the pandas. I
want to make another hat out of pandas.
Yeah, I'm wearing one. I ate one yesterday. They're tasty. But I will put that on my story because I want to help. Because I want to help. It's hard.
There we go. That's how we make $1 billion. Panda burgers.
Yeah, Panda Express. Is this actually panda? Yeah, man. Fucking right.
It's a panda. You've become the most hated podcast on earth because you make real life panda.
And guys, every Tuesday come down Vauxhall Comedy Club and you can watch a show and get one of our world famous panda burgers. If you
a lot of people have said controversial.
Panda chops, panda burgers,
panda
hot dog, panda meatballs,
bit of panda thigh. People are like, guys,
panda corn, whatever you want, chili panda,
bit of panda hoof,
and like we've got Mooch there in a panda onesie, just surfing it all.
This is real panda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like pulling on him. He's like, I thought pandas were bigger than this. So anyways, but it does get traction for a cause, even if they don't do anything. Well, it's like Leonardo Dicaprio was down in Glasgow there. He was down there.
Doing his eco stuff.
And
but a lot of people would be like, well, I don't know if all the private jets and like, yachts he's on are very eco-friendly.
Someone did a very good joke about him, which is like, he's there because he wants a future for his next girlfriend to grow up in. Which was excellent. But so there's lots going on. I mean, where do you stand, Tom? What do you do for the environment?
What do I do for the environment?
Yeah. I mean, you don't travel a lot.
Yeah, exactly. That's gigs solely in London, so that's my bit.
Islington mainly,
ideally. But
and get an Uber there.
XL,
mate. Why is there no Ubers in London anymore? I literally have to get a Bolt. How embarrassing is that?
I don't know. I think I recycle. I just do like all the general thing. I've got an eco energy supply. Went with Bulb. Shout out Bulb. They get all their the energy supply from eco and green resources. I think they cost a bit more, but I made the choice to do that.
I don't feel like I do a lot at all.
I was about to say
a lot at all. As I said before on this podcast, I've given up farting, so I think that should help with methane. And then
not in the studio.
Oh well, yeah. Self-contained. It all actually goes through a funnel, and that's what runs the laptop. All this equipment is run through my week of.
I believe it.
Disgusting. Go back to the panda meat stuff.
Yeah.
I recycle. Yes.
Yeah.
And then that is pretty much it. I do like walking. I rarely, if I can walk somewhere instead of getting the bus or taxi, I will.
Is that just to save money though? For you, I feel like it's mainly just to save money.
I mean, yeah.
The amount of dates you've been like, no, we don't need to get an Uber.
What are you doing for, mate?
Wait,
It's only 43 minutes.
It'll be fine.
Google Maps, we do that in 36.
But it's -2 outside. So, come on, don't be a working.
Well, you should have brought an umbrella.
Do you like the environment or not? Do you like it? Be honest.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Because you're complaining about the rain?
Yeah.
No, I don't do much. And I feel like I probably should have to do fucking more. I don't do fast fashion. I don't buy stuff from ASOS or what's it?
Well, that's because your mum buys all your clothes.
I mean, they might be buying it from ASOS in fairness.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't buy it all from Boohoo or
Yeah.
Shein. Apparently that's
Shein,
That's
I
the
don't
one.
even
It's
know.
a new one. Yeah,
Shein.
Shein. And it's got like one of them made in Chelsea people, I think.
Right.
Advertised all over London.
Cool.
But that's. I don't do any of the fast fashion stuff. Otherwise, don't do loads.
Don't do loads. Well, talking of celebrity and made in Chelsea and reality stars, Kim Kardashian is now apparently dating Pete Davidson. Now, this for me this comes
Predator.
from the sort of sphere of her sister is dating Travis Barker, and they're good.
Who's Travis Barker?
The drummer from Blink-182, another skinny guy with tattoos.
Wow. It is in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, they're all friends. They're like best friends. Pete Davidson's best friend is dating Megan Fox.
You got to get a skinny tall guy with loads of tattoos.
I need to get some shit tattoos. You know?
Yeah. But you're a bit too hench to be.
No,
that.
like.
I mean, up to your legs. Yeah, up to the waist. Up to the waist, you can do it with any of them. Machine Gun Kelly, Pete Davidson.
I need to go and get some shit tattoos, I think. I'll start with the face. Start with the face.
AIDIF logo on the face.
Yeah.
And then www.patreon.com/AIDIFpod up the chin, round the chin. And then I'll be on the back, I guess.
Yeah.
In the hat like this.
Yeah. You guys you can be on my feet. I could do top to these with my feet. Producers.
That's the only place I've wanted to be.
Lucas, big foot guy.
Yeah.
Big foot guy. Is all I'll say about
Deep
Luke.
into it. Yeah, but it's pretty fair play. Pete Davidson. But
also, I don't really get this because people go, "How is Pete Davidson dating these?" I'm like, he's a tall, attractive comedian who has like an edgy past. Like,
yeah, but we've been through this.
He's cool, isn't he? Like,
you
he's
think
really
comedy's cool. You gotta ditch.
Well, I
shit.
don't do comedy. I do spoken word mime, but
side hustle juggle, but whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're saying that's not cool. We'll see.
It's actually called transitional throwing, but anyway, in the actual discipline is called transitional throwing. Juggling's the medium, but I think he's not, isn't he really cool? Like if someone brought if my friend brought Pete Davidson to the party, I'd be like, he's really like
I think
good
he's
looking,
cool,
he's funny, he's edgy, he's young.
He's a movie
youngish
star, but when he was just like a regular comic, it's just.
I guess the thing with him and Ariana Grande was probably the first one where it's like Ariana Grande is genuinely one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and he is like a sort of quite young comedian on TV, famous comedian, but
Tom.
But now he's.
I listened to Tom Green, the comedian, talking about because he was married to Drew Barrymore in a very similar situation when Tom Green was the hot comic in America in the early 2000s, and he married Drew Barrymore.
Because Colin Jost is married to
Scarlett Johansson, and there's been a few what's his face married Olivia Wilde, but then she broke up with him, Harry Styles.
No.
What's his name? Ted Lasso. I've forgotten his name.
Oh yeah, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. So they were married, and now she's with Harry Styles.
Okay. So what's Tom Green saying?
So he was saying that like it's a very weird thing when you're known as like the funny guy, and he was just like, you spend a lot of time around a lot of really beautiful people, really not liking yourself.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like, her friends don't change. Like,
the friends don't change, and they're probably dead chat, and they look to you and go,
yeah.
So,
hey, you want to do some funny jokes?
Do you want to do some jokes? I bet you're writing all this down, and you're like, I'm not going to write down you guys doing coke.
Yeah.
That's actually not
Hilton.
Whimsical. Yeah, that's actually not as fun or crazy as you think it is.
Let me do this relatable comedy about coke with Paris Hilton.
Have you watched London Hughes to Catch a Dick?
I've not.
I mean, I would recommend it. I think London Hughes as a person is excellent. well, I actually don't love her comedy, but I think she is inspirational, and I've listened to her talk, and she is a star. Like, you watch her on this Netflix and she is a star. I didn't love the special because it's an Edinburgh show. It's very much sort of monologuing about a theme and about all this sort of stuff, and I prefer my stand-up. It's like just punchy. I prefer like bits, rather than like a longer sort of comedy play.
But that's weird that you think you do bits.
I told you I do spoken word mime. How many times?
Punchy. Just very punchy. That's another interesting adjective I wouldn't have necessarily used off the top of my head.
Yeah, I learned from Slap Bengali, and but the show is very interesting because she basically makes this point about how men who do comedy, there will be beautiful women who just want to date them. I didn't know this was a thing, but
I'm not surprised.
The juggling community,
yeah,
giving it away, but
the jugglets,
the groupie,
the groupie action down there.
That's 3 at a time.
Sweaty, yeah.
What you get trained to do, but she makes that point. But women who do comedy, there's no hot guys who come up to them, and it's what we've talked about before on the podcast of that old adage of when men do comedy they get numbers, and when women do comedy they get advice. Where it's like it's a I don't know, patriarchal or gender normative, whatever it is, of like guys who are funny are seen as attractive, whereas I think you have a lot of guys with, I would say, small dick energy. I know it well. But you look at women on stage and go, that's intimidating.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that 100%.
Do you not agree? You don't agree?
No, I do agree. But
she goes through that, and she has a funny routine about.
I wouldn't
not being good looking enough to suck Larry David's dick.
Oh, check this out. Interesting.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. What do I feel about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian? I think go Pete. Ride this train all the way, mate.
How old is she?
Maybe 38?
No, I think she's 40
She's
at least.
40?
40s.
Can we get a bit of a
check?
check?
The research team.
Research. Imagine now we've got producers who actually would be able to Google something.
They're actually just messaging their mates saying, what are you up to? Dead podcast at the moment. Free in about half an hour if you want to hang.
41. But what's he? He's like
27 or something, 28? Yeah. But I mean, that's a bit
in Hollywood. Who gives a fuck?
I think it's a bit.
She's got like babies with Kanye. I mean, it's.
Well, she should date someone her own age.
Well, that's very unprogressive of you. I would never say that.
Oh, I'm not saying
I would
that.
date if Kim K wanted to go on a date. You wouldn't go on a date with Kim K.
I'm just saying.
You'd be like, sorry, love, you're actually a bit old.
If a 41-year-old bloke
I'm actually
was dating,
quite a big comedian now, and I will be able to date girls my own age.
If my mate was dating a 41-year-old bloke who was more famous than her, I'd be like, look after yourself. Make sure you're not being treated badly. Because the thing is, these Kardashians, they spit people out.
Yeah, but like good people. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't look. I think Pete ride this one until the train's wheels come off.
I'm not. I would date Kim Kardashian.
I rate this skinny tattooed guys. Getting the hot girl for once. I think fair play. The sort of weird boys.
What about us?
This is good for us. It's good for us.
No, because we're stacked basic.
I don't. I think
they want thin, edgy guys.
Yeah, I can easily fit in that category. You can not. Okay. I'm gonna get some shit tats, and I'll be back next week with a nose piercing.
You got as much edge as a football,
do you guys
mate.
want to, Phoebe? Yeah, you do my nose piercing.
Who do you think is more edgy?
I don't know.
You've got about as much edge as a fucking orange.
Circle,
you like
both of us edgy as a circle.
Okay.
I don't.
More edgy.
Maybe Tom because he's been cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your gingerisms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Redhead rage.
Redhead rage.
Well, anyway, look.
I think I've been cancelled in my life.
Listen, you got cancelled earlier today. Listeners and viewers, mark my words. If Kim Kardashian wants to date me, I will date her and report back. Now, it's unlikely, but just so you know, we'll have a special episode on that.
Okay.
She's not going to come on, but speaking of people who aren't going to come on, I mean, that was the news. We're all caught up now on
smashed it. Current affairs, world affairs,
COP and
whatever,
Kim and all that.
environment or some shit. I don't know. Whatever.
Speaking of people who who won't come on. I mean, we've had someone message in because Kerry Elwes.
Oh yeah.
Where are you?
Fair. All right. Being like, where's Kerry?
Yeah.
It's
Message.
the Christmas episode.
But we got this message from a friend of the show, an actual friend that I know, Callum. It's a Ravensburger Princess Bride, I think.
What is
board
that?
game? A Princess Bride board game, guys. So maybe we could play that.
Yeah.
With Kerry.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd love that.
He said, want to ask Elwes Mexican flag about.
Elwes.
You know he's Mexican.
I'm not, but I do actually have Mexican cousins. So like one of my dad's cousins, or like, no, I can't even remember, it was one of my grandpa's cousins, went to Mexico and married a Mexican woman, and now there's a whole strand of my family who look like us, just with like moustaches.
But that's where he gets his name from, Elwes.
No, I don't.
No,
it's
I
just very old in English.
I can see it.
So we'll get him on. What we should do is try and get him to buy that game, because we haven't got the money to buy it.
Talking of Christmas things of my family, you know Ebenezer Scrooge?
Personally?
Yeah. You know, he was based on like my great granddad. Google it. Google it. Google it. Go, who was Ebenezer Scrooge based on?
What is this? Why?
Yeah, just Google it.
A literary magpie, Dickens gathered his material from far and wide. One source for Scrooge was Ebenezer Scroggy, an Edinburgh banker. I mean, it does sound like you would be related to an Edinburgh banker. The true spirit of Christmas resides not in the cold-hearted miser redeemed by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, yet to come, but in the man who inspired him, John Elwes.
Bop, 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 bop.
Philanthropist.
You don't know about my great granddad. Yeah. Or probably not even that. Probably
Honky,
like,
am I right, guys?
10th cousin 14 times removed.
Philanthropist, investor, saver, property developer, and world-class British eccentric.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do Who Do You Think You Are?
No, yeah. So you said my great granddad was in this Victorian orphanage. No, he shut it down.
No, yeah.
He used it to build steam.
Yeah.
But the principal model for the character of Scrooge was undoubtedly Elwes, MP for Berkshire.
Yeah.
This is your heritage. And a man famous in his lifetime for having immense riches.
Yeah.
Something that you've
unfortunately did not get any of that shit, so that's been annoying. Yeah.
Which he declined to fritter away. Dickens refers to him in Our Mutual Friend, and the original illustration of Scrooge by John Leach bear a marked resemblance to Elwes. The cold within him froze his features, nipped his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, a squeezing, wrenching, gasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Who does that remind me of? Thomas.
Thank you very much. Take a bow.
Oh, wow. Elwes was born John Megott.
John Megott.
Okay, which he changed in order to benefit from the will of a rich uncle. So that's where your name comes from. Did you fucking know that?
No, I didn't.
Literally, that's what it says here. So your name was made up 200 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Have you seen a picture of him? Look up a picture. John Elwes. Look at the picture.
I mean, there won't actually be any real life pictures of him due to the fact that. Yeah, no. So his uncle,
his head is trying to escape his hair.
His uncle was an Elwes. He just shifted his name to Elwes.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So there you go.
Let's play a game. Do you think this is Tom or do you think this is John Elwes? Elwes went to bed at dusk to save on candles. Dunno. Okay. Who do we think? I think it's him. Tom. That was actually John Elwes. Who do we think this is? Tom or John Elwes? He wore a tattered old wig that he found in a hedge. That's
you are. It's quite weird because you are describing all kind of things that Scrooge would be quite a good sort of depiction of you.
Do you know? I actually have a kindred spirit. He would rather walk than travel by coach.
Thank you. Literally, Ali Woods.
But if he had to take transport, he insisted on routes avoiding tolls.
I'll try and find some literature on old Dickensian stuff. I'll ask. I don't know who would ask. It's not a person I could ask.
Does it say what his energy provider was?
Yeah.
Was it renewable?
Hopefully it was bulb. Yeah. No, it would have been
let's
the least
go through
expensive.
these. Okay, this will be the final thing, then we can move on to Agony Uncle. But a few more bits by him. He refused to pay for medical care, preferring to treat himself. Mm-hmm. Although he could afford the most sumptuous meals, he preferred to dine on old pancakes and, on one occasion, half a moorhen pulled from a river by a rat.
Oh,
That's you, mate. Frequently mistaken for a beggar, passers-by tended to give him pennies, which he kept.
wow. Fair.
So, well done. There you are.
There you go.
Wow, what a Christmassy treat.
There you go. Based on
How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel, being the descendant
of an awful person?
of an awful person and carrying on that tradition?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think my family have done a bit more for charity.
Yeah, tax reasons.
Yeah.
So
If you set one up, yeah.
So we move on to Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way. And this week we have so just to explain, if you haven't listened to this before, this is where we ask for you to send in a sort of current life drama or life mare, as we call them, and me and Tom endeavour to help you in this situation. So we've got this one. Tom, are you ready?
Go on.
Thank you very much for sending this in. Crazy about this girl who is just out of a varies in capital letters, long-term relationship. She says she's not ready for a new one. What do you think you do in that situation? So you've fallen head over heels for someone. They're out of a relationship. They're single. But they say they don't want to have a relationship. What do you do?
The only time I've ever been slabbingly heartbroken this was a very similar situation.
Slabbingly.
Yeah, I dated a girl who was just out of a relationship, like a really long, like 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was and I was like, I really like her. I really like her.
Yeah.
And
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Whoever it was.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I can sort of remember basically where she lived. But she. And there's just nothing you can do because they're not ready, really. I mean, people will tell you, people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Every case is different. Oh. But part of them, they're just not ready.
Can I do my impression of you asking her, professing your love to her?
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I would never actually verbally.
No, this is going to be like, Jess, can I have a word? Yeah. I just want to say, like, I think you're pretty sick. Yeah. And I think we could be sick together. So
Sick together.
should we like make this a thing, or
Maybe this week.
was something like that?
Yeah, somewhere along those lines, I would have thought.
Yeah.
No, but
Sorry about that. And so she just said,
no, she was just like,
said, I think
she
your
was
head's
never
too
like,
big.
no, but she was just like never fully into it, and then she was just like, oh, we should just go our separate ways after a couple of months, and I was like, fair enough, nothing you can do. Yeah, married with kids now, fucking to the next guy.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's ready now. Oh.
But yeah, it's sad, but I always think it's best to give them a bit of time, and if they are the one, give them the time, and then they'll come back.
So give them the time. That is the advice here. And so, Tom, then leading on to that, if you're giving them the time, how do you deal with those emotions that you're having at that time? How do you process that? How do you, not let it make you go crazy?
Start doing stand-up comedy. So.
Might be from a stand-up.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. And that's what I did 5 years later. Still processing.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. If you want to process those emotions yourself, I don't know. You can either seek help and professional help to talk about them and deal with them that way, or you can speak to friends, or you can try and stay busy, but then don't try and like run away from them. That's the other thing, because a lot of people, it's remarkable what a lot of men will do to not speak about their emotions or deal with their feelings.
Yeah. We started the podcast.
Yeah, that's when men end up doing like live war reenactments. I feel a lot of those dudes.
But that's a good use of time. Yeah. So, to an example that people don't think is rad.
Yeah, if at any point you're dressing up as a Nazi soldier to stand in a field in Kent, I feel like you're running away from something.
Well, it's voting. So you're saying throw yourself into a hobby.
Well, yeah, try and stay busy and process it, and just to be or accept that rejection is a part of life. It happens to everyone. I
would agree with you in that there is no point if they are not ready and they are saying they are not ready. There's no point in trying to force it.
No, can't love someone into loving you.
Give them the time. What I do, I'd give them the old Ali Wood special after I get rejected. Which is
block and delete, and then message their mum and be like, "Your daughter's a total bitch, and I hate her."
You're missing a couple of steps. You send them the YouTube link to End of the Road, Boys to Men, and then you block. Then you report them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you report them for hate speech.
Yeah.
And then you message their.
And then you message all her
if
friends.
You can't, but no, you don't friends because they're all the same. You message the mother and go, "You've raised a whore."
Yeah. The way he said
I
that
don't do
lets you
any of
know that he really thinks that, and that's what he's wanted to do so
I
many
don't do
times.
any of that, by the way.
You just
Apart
know.
from the first 3
You
steps.
just know he's
I just don't do the last. The last bit I
He's
don't
like,
do. I don't
I'm
do.
gonna bloody message.
You
her
message the mum and then you ask her out, and then if she says no, then you do. Then
Your
you
whole
message-
family's the sluts. Yeah. I knew it.
and then you and then you just send them Jordan Peterson
Yeah,
books
exactly.
forever.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I would say, I agree with you. If they are not ready, they're not ready. So there's no point beating yourself up about it. The tough thing is being friends with them, and that's what I would say. And I've done this before. If you cannot emotionally handle being friends with them, don't try and force that either. Just say, look, the problem is I feel for you like this.
I mean,
and I would just and I'd rather we had just some time apart.
I wouldn't
because I don't
be
want to
friends
hang out
with
with
them.
you while I'm so.
With that being
Awful.
friends with him, that is the surefire one-way ticket to the friend zone. And once you're in that friend zone,
What's
you're
wrong
not
with
coming
the friend
out.
zone? The friend you can be friends with someone.
Yeah,
there's
you
no
can.
there's no such.
I
thing
know,
as
but
a
if you
friend.
like them and then your end goal is to get with them, if your end goal is just to be friends
My
with
end
them,
goal's always
great.
to get with them. Why do you
Yeah,
do this
okay.
podcast with you every week? Jesus.
But like,
You know what I mean?
once you're in that
Doesn't
friend
pick
zone,
up on signals.
Phoebe, as the one female in this room, can you vouch that once you're in the friend zone, it's very difficult to get out of it?
Speaking for all women.
Yeah.
Phoebe.
Yeah, you're up.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, Phoebe doesn't mind wherever they
No,
are.
but once you've once you've really seen someone as a friend, and you're like, oh, that guy's just a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once you are in the friend zone,
It's fair enough if it's like, oh, we're friends, but it's flirty.
But, you know, if there's another lockdown, you're desperate.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
when you can.
fair.
The best wingman that no one ever appreciates. Desperation.
Desperate. That's why Ali tries to get girls into desperate situations.
That's
part that that's his plan when he's making them walk home in their gold. That's
Desperation's the name of the cologne I'm releasing.
yeah.
Desperation eau de toilette.
Le sad.
Yeah. it's just me. Le sad.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I would say for Agony Uncle. So, but good luck to you. I hope it. Oh, let's have a quick one. Okay, third date with this person. Still can't tell if he likes me or not. What do you think? I've got a short answer for this.
You're on a third date. Yes. You wouldn't have gone on 3 dates if he didn't like
Exactly.
you. So
Get a fourth. Do you like them?
yeah, ask him for a fourth. If he says no, oh, he didn't like you, and if he says yes, he still likes you.
The only thing with that is sometimes, and I've noticed this, and especially men, they'll go on dates until they have sex.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Well, and then they'll keep sleeping with you. I feel like girls
Or not. Well,
get
no.
yeah. I feel like girls get friend zone guys more, but then guys grey area girls, which is that's a real, they'll just like sleep with you, but they're not going to commit to being in a relationship with you. And I feel like a lot of people do that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Boom. Phoebe is nodding her head. The grey areaing. You're getting grey areaed. That's a real thing out here because a lot of men will just sleep with women, but like never want to commit.
Yeah.
And that is the grey
Be like,
area.
I do really like hanging out
Yeah.
with you. You're really cool. Like
Yeah.
you're really chill.
Phoebe's laughing and like you. agree.
What's his name? Let's
What's
get
his
him.
name?
Let's get him.
You're in the grey area right now. You're never getting out of it. That is the reverse. That's the female friendship zone. That is the friend zone for girls. The grey area.
Grey area.
Yeah.
all the shades of grey.
Yeah.
Celebrating our 1 year anniversary at the weekend of not being together.
Oh man, he's kept you in that grey purgatory for a year.
Sorry, what?
Mate,
You're
you could-
celebrating a year of not being together.
Oh whoa. That is. He's an absolute pro. This guy knows what he's up. He knows what he's doing.
We're still holding out hope.
This really should be in the pod.
Yeah.
Jesus.
A year.
Phoebe,
Listen to it.
on behalf of all of us here, sack him off.
That's what I'm
You're never getting out.
rid.
You're never getting out of the grey area. It's,
Get
it's like
rid.
the friend zone. It can't be done.
Unless you're obviously if you're enjoying it as well, then crack on.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
if you want more out of it,
obviously, if it's a mutual thing, great. But I do feel like there are a lot of guys out there and girls. Look out for the grey area. If you do want more and you're in that grey area, it's going to be tough to get out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Anyway.
the person in grey areas is Kerry Elwes.
Single.
Yeah. So thank you very much for sending in. That's Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way. And we move on to our other regular feature, which is Fail Mail. So thank you very much for sending in your Fail Mail, guys. The Fail Mail this week was, what is something that everyone else seems to love, but that you hate? So we'll go, as always, straight to the people who have messaged in on the official AIDIF pod account. Here's what you guys have said. So we have got hamburgers. Wait until you try our panda burgers.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Lord of the Rings. I actually don't hate it, but I don't get why it's so legendary or sacred for some.
You're a loser and you can never speak to me again.
That was sent in from Sauron.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And final one, RuPaul.
Okay. I've never actually really watched RuPaul, but I understand that it's probably...
You never watched
fun.
RuPaul?
Yeah.
You basic bitch. I watched the first season when it was about the drag.
Yeah. The art.
Now it's all about the fucking show. I don't
Basically a
watch
reality
season,
show.
Go, what have you got?
Okay, so I've got people with low IQs. Haha.
So that's
yeah.
well, they're into you, mate. So you got to tell them something.
Yeah.
They are, mate.
Ed Sheeran. I agree. Yeah, fuck Ed Sheeran.
Well, they listen to our last. They listen
Game
to
of Thrones. You're an idiot. Don't ever speak to me again.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's what. But I posted that on the AIDIF as that because I would think that's quite a unpopular one. That's quite one where people like Game of Thrones.
Avocado.
Someone said avocado here as well.
Oh.
Maybe avocado's a big lie. Maybe no one's enjoying avocado.
No, avocado's great.
That's a very bougie answer. All my friends love avocado. I usually prefer just the scrambled eggs.
What do you have with your scrambled egg?
Someone said Starbucks. I mean, spicy food. I don't even know if that's that popular.
From the whitest pan on earth. Than that.
Kids. That's from my mum.
Okay.
Squid Game.
Again, don't speak to me.
Round 6.
Round 6.
Anyone know what that is? What it is?
I assume something to do with boxing? I don't know.
No, it's just a boxing fan.
Yeah.
Fucking round 6 months. Overrated round. I always skip it. I get round 5, then I'll do something else. Come back for 7.
Adele. Again, we had people saying Adele. Love Island.
Yeah, fair. I mean, are there any of these you defend to the hill? I'm not hearing. I mean, Game of Thrones I do enjoy. Tiger King, Squid Game, The Crown, as again all these ones. I wouldn't say I hate the TV show Friends, but it shocks people that I'm indifferent to it. What I don't like about Friends is when snobby people go, it's literally not funny at all. Like, it's actually not funny. Like, if you listen to it without laugh track, it's not funny. I'm like, bruv, there's a reason this ran for 10 seasons and was heralded and was so popular. The writers of that were fucking sick, man. Yeah. And the acting is sick in it.
Very good.
They have a punchline every 3 lines. That's the rule they set themselves. Anyway, wine and beer. Give me a cocktail any day. I mean,
yeah, fair.
But then who goes, oh no, I prefer drinking wine and beer to, or like, well, beer maybe, some wine, but to a cocktail. Cocktails are delicious, but they're also like 14 quid.
Someone said, okay, surveys. I was like, I don't think anyone loves.
Is that trying to
surveys?
Dig at us? Yeah. Is that a dig at us there?
I think anyone's like, oh yeah, fucking survey.
How about this for a list? This list is quite wild. Game of Thrones, Pumpkin Spice, Halloween, people.
That's exactly what I suspect one of your fans is like to send it.
Yeah, I get it. Harry Potter, that is one that I like. Harry Potter, I read the books, but I don't understand how it's such a huge phenomenon, personally.
Okay, someone here has just.
Did you not?
I mean, I like Harry Potter. I'm a fan. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Because this is like what everyone, it's something you really dislike.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't dislike it.
I don't hate it either.
Okay.
Do you know what someone said to me about Harry Potter? They said, if you were an outcast at school, then you would love Harry Potter.
Okay. Fine.
So it must be popular, I guess.
Someone just put men.
Yeah, damn right. Ladies, am I right?
Fresh coriander.
Specific. Chocolate/olives. Fakeness and competition. Whoever's putting this in. Not everyone.
Learning so much about your fans.
Everyone loves fakeness and competition, but I actually think it's not the best.
Yeah.
Rice and drama. Same person.
Just two. Okay. The song "Happy" by Pharrell Williams. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
song.
I mean that's just a generic pop song. Mince pies, dressing up for Halloween, pineapple. Someone again said Harry Potter. Main character is a dickhead.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Friend of the show, Randall.
I think he's fit as fuck.
Sorry.
Devil squirt sign. Now.
Wait, but what they're saying
Benedict Cumberbatch. I think are they implying that people think he's not fit as fuck? I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was pretty.
No, but I think they've misunderstood.
Yeah.
Someone said life and then 4 crying emojis. So, good luck. Hope you made it this week.
I had another kids. Someone else.
Yeah. Japanese food. So, too specific not to be racist.
Yeah. Silent discos.
Ice cream in winter? Who's fucking... Silent discos are banging.
Yeah, exactly.
I like silent
Fun.
discos. Married at First Sight, which my friend's been watching the Brazil version of that.
Okay.
Sushi. Don't like sushi either as well. I actually think it's overrated, but I don't hate it again, but I just think people who go, I love sushi. I was like, it's fucking cold fish, mate.
No,
It's cold
sushi's
fish.
good. Sushi's
I don't
fucking
get
good.
it.
Sushi's really good.
ABBA, you're wrong.
Dogs, you're an idiot.
Almond croissants, again.
Oh,
I'm not sure people love that.
Yeah, I don't really like. I'm not like, oh, almond. I've never really.
Adele, screechy voice. Someone said. Sweet potatoes. These are just incorrect. X Factor. I mean, that's not popular anymore. Sorry.
Okay, so I've got something a bit weird here. Go on.
Caramel and marshmallow. They really aren't that good.
I don't.
How can someone not like caramel?
Well,
that's a deal breaker for me.
Someone here has just put in a website address, right? And the website is www.wagsforkids.org. Blog Meat Rider. I don't know what that is. I don't necessarily want to click on it.
Well, we'll be clicking on it
Yeah.
next week, so that'll be good. Also, the same person who said caramel marshmallows. Oh, and cherries also suck. So, fuck you, cherries. Coffee. Again, Harry Potter. Children again. If you're a child who likes Harry Potter, people don't like you. But
fair play on this person who just put myself.
yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're beloved.
Yeah.
Someone said keeping up with ... You know. The hell does that mean?
I don't know. Fulham, just don't get it. The Beatles, beer, Netflix.
West Ham, my co-worker, another coffee, another Halloween. And then we got two bit rogue ones at the end. Woke politics, lol. You're welcome to follow me, please, by all means. And then final one, anal.
Okay. Everyone else loves it. Not a fan.
Everyone seems to be banging on about how great anal is. Don't love it, mate.
Dressing up for Halloween, Oasis, popcorn, another Harry Potter, Nutella, truly vile.
Oh, stop it, no. Nutella is gorgeous.
The gym, Marmite, udon noodles, ice skating.
Is this just your list for your
friends? And Ryanair. Does anyone like Ryanair?
I think this was severely misunderstood.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
But I suppose it's stuff that's popular that you may not like. But thank you very much for sending those in. And hopefully you found kindred spirits there and you realise that you aren't alone and hate something that's very popular.
Yeah.
You notice that no one said our podcast, which either means that no one hates us or no one likes us. Yeah. So we'll leave that for you to work out yourselves.
Different podcast.
Yeah. But that's it for another episode of All I Do Is Fail. Thank you very much for listening in. We really appreciate it. And if you want an extra episode every week, you can go to our podcast, patreon.com/AIDIF pod. Tom, you got anything to plug?
No, but you can follow me at all good social media platforms at Tom Elwiz.
Cool.
And
yeah. My next work in progress show will be 20th of December, Monday 20th of December, Top Secret. So you can reserve your tickets for free for that now. But until that time, thank you very much to our wonderful producers, Lucas and Phoebe.
Thank you very much, guys.
And thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.